5 months ago, I left home to attend the big city for school, and so I made it my purpose to go to the gym almost every single day. And looking back now, I realized that the gym has been completely negligible in my life. Sure, I did some calisthenics and I was in the local school gym for a couple months, but it didn't change me much. And so I needed to change here and now as soon as possible, so that way when I would come home, no one would be able to recognize who I was. The life I would have had if I never started. If I wasn't anywhere near as consistent as I was, I would not have just lacked muscles, but it would have definitely lacked a whole lot of discipline, a significant amount of confidence, and I would have lost my identity. I would no longer be the man who consistently attends the gym and works on videos on the internet. I would have just been a loser who can't get anything straight in life, and I would never desire to come home to friends and family and the people that I desire to change for completely the same. Because the truth is, nothing changes you until you change. You need to be the deciding factor in your life. And the fact of the matter is that nothing actually happens until you start now. The routine that built the impossible. There seems to be this common misconception that whenever guys go to the gym, they need this super concrete planner where they're gonna hit all these exercises and then these exercises, they're gonna track it all, and the day's a failure if they can't properly implement that. And so no one goes to the gym because no one knows how to build this tracker. But the truth is, that's ridiculous. You don't need to study anything, you don't need to track anything, and the fact of the matter is that when I went to the gym initially, I had no idea what I was doing, and I would just walk to the corner, do a couple workouts, and then I'd leave. And that was the basis of the strategy that I created, which I now implement, which is 6 days a week, and on Sunday I go to church. And it's not even that complicated. On Monday I do back, biceps, and forearms. Tuesday is core and cardio. Wednesday is chest and triceps. Thursday is shoulders, and of course I'm going to train some neck because it complements your traps. And then Friday is an insane leg day. So what about Saturday? Well, Saturday is a cleanup day. I want stronger biceps, I do some preacher curls. I want to train my legs, I train squats till failure, or I do strength training. It's not designed to be incredibly complicated. So if you've never gone to the gym before, that might sound a little bit intimidating. But if you've gone for at least a week, you should know exactly what I'm talking about, or certainly be a little familiar with the words I'm using. And because it was so simple, so rudimentary, I never missed a day. Even when the gym's closed, then how's that even possible? Well, I just went over to the gym, and because of the snowfall in Canada, as there's a lot of snow here, the gym was closed. And so I went home, and you know what? I adjusted my calendar. I'm just gonna hit my shoulder day tomorrow as I'm recording this on a Thursday, and my leg day will be on the following day. Who cares? I'll hit a gym day while I'm going to church, or I'll hit an extra hard gym day on Saturday to make up for it. And that's the thing, your gym routines don't have to be insanely concrete, because otherwise you're gonna completely fall apart and give up on the gym as soon as one thing bad happens. When I'm sick, I go to the gym regardless. When I have no sleep, I go to the gym regardless. If I'm starving, I go to the gym regardless, because muscle growth doesn't care about your health. Sure, you're gonna have better days and worse days based on how healthy you are. But if you're gonna not go entirely because you have the sniffles or because you're a little hungry, then you're never ever actually gonna consistently get into the gym. And surely a little bit of crappy muscle growth is so much better in the long run than no muscle growth at all. Nevertheless, even if you don't grow any muscles, you get the discipline, you get the routine, you're building your identity, you get some confidence, you get some reps in so you learn how to have better form. Because the fact of the matter is, the workouts don't actually change you. It's every point that you refuse to quit, every moment where you want to give up and you keep on going, that determines who you are as a man. Why I work this hard. The real reason, simply put, is to glorify God. Everything I do is to glorify God these days. In fact, everything everyone should do should be to glorify God. Nevertheless, the gym especially. You want to grow muscles, you're going to be muscular and huge for God. You want to be strong, you're going to be strong for God. You can preach and share the gospel by being stronger and more open to others, by being the gentle giant, by being someone who can protect and to serve other people using their strength. And so that strength is worship when it comes from sacrifice and self-control, by consistently going to the gym, by cracking down on bad habits, by working on your diets, right? No longer being a glutton, because no matter how fat or how skinny you are, you can always be gluttonous, always having unhealthy meals, always eating snacks when you want to chill out. But if you want to be physically big in the gym, you got to crack down on that. And so strength training, bodybuilding, it's all glorifying God by working on your diets. And so secondly, I train for my future marriage. Of course, it's up to God whether I get married, and so blessed am I whether I'm married or not. But the truth is I want to prepare for something that I might receive. And so I want to be physically capable for my marriage. I want to be physically attractive for my partner. I want to just first and foremost show that I'm disciplined, that I put in work, that I'm able to actually lift things. And that shows that I'm strength trained and I'm working on my body simultaneously. Calisthenics is a big one too. What's all that muscle, all that mass if you can't actually move around? And so you need to be athletic. You need to be capable. That's what the gym is. The gym's there not to fulfill your fantasies. It's there to make you capable. And a man who's incapable is a man who's not fit for marriage, especially not fit for a family. If you want a father, you want a strong father you look up to, where you can go and brag about how strong and awesome your dad is because he can bench this, or because he's got those plumber forearms or those farmer hands. You want a strong father, and so become the strong father for your future children. The results. So first and foremost, my lift skyrocketed. And let me tell you about a particular point of pride that I have. The flat bench dumbbell press, where you take 2 dumbbells, you go on a flat bench, and you just press them. I do 4 sets for 12 reps, and it's not entirely complicated, but I just wanted to strength train to work my way up. 5 months ago, I could barely do 35 pounds, and now I can do 80 pounds for reps. And my body weight has only gone up 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds, give or take. And my next goal is to get 85 pounds, 90 pounds, 95 pounds, and by the end of the spring, so in about 2 to 3 months, I want to hit 100 pounds dumbbell press. So pray for me such that I don't actually rip my pec, because that'd be pretty crummy. But I guarantee it I won't, because I want to do this properly. Additionally, I conquered my body dysmorphia. I had body dysmorphia not because I wanted something that was ever changing, but because I knew I was a skinnier little runt of a man. I'm not tall enough to be the tall guy, and I'm not fat enough to have some mass. I was just a skinny little kid. And so I needed to overcome that difficulty by building confidence, not by ego, but by humility. I needed to humble myself by getting into the gym, taking hours and hours out of my life so I can build something that's worthwhile. And so I needed to humble myself before God, because to be a bigger person doesn't mean you're physically larger or you have more mass given on a scale. It just means you're more profound in front of the Lord. And given that we're all equally valued, we all have an opportunity to be bigger. We all have a moment to be larger as individuals, to share more, to be more caring, to be more humble. And that was my main goal. And so that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm accomplishing by going to the gym. And that's the result I'm achieving. What can you do? And that's the funny thing of this whole journey. You can do this too, and you can do it way better than I can. Sure, I've been consistent, but I've had a couple off days. I've been sick a couple times. My diet wasn't perfect. Granted, I actually have to work on my diet a lot. And so you can be way more perfect than I can. And perfection isn't even the goal here. It's just getting a little bit better. And so knowing that, start right now. Motivation is not going to carry you through it. If you're demotivated, you still have to go to the gym regardless. So just do it right now. And if you're scared of the gym, here's my advice. Find some gym memberships. Locate the gyms in your town. Maybe you don't even know where the gyms are. So locate them, find them, visit them, go for a day, get a day membership, search up some advice on the internet, but don't spend too much time preparing. If you spend your whole life preparing for something and never actually doing it, you will have accomplished nothing. So if you want bigger biceps, if you want girls to look at you better, if you want to glorify God, that all comes with going to the gym. Now, of course, you don't go to the gym to get bigger biceps, and you don't go to the gym especially to get attention from girls. That's like the last thing you want to do. But whatever reasoning you have, you can only accomplish it by doing it. And so the best advice that I have is not to wait till it feels easy, but to make it feel easy by doing it now and just getting better at it. You get better at fishing, and fishing becomes easy when you just do it and you become better at it. But if you've never fished at all, it's going to be hard, and no amount of waiting is going to ever make it easy. And so go now. And so that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching this video, and feel free to share it. As wouldn't that be crazy? Imagine changing someone's life, the course of their journey, based off of just sharing a video. And I'm saying that because that's happened to me so many times, and I would be humbled if that could happen to someone else. Nevertheless, I love you, God loves you more, and I have this insane journey coming up for you guys, so stay tuned. I call it Project 10 out of 10 out of 10, where I focus on becoming the perfect, or in an attempt to become the perfect man based on Christ-driven self-improvement. I'm super excited for it, and I cannot wait to share it for you. And so, I'll see you tomorrow.